This movement is very, very diverse. You have some people just deal with medical marijuana, some people just deal with cannabis. Then you have people that look at harm reduction methods, such as safe injection rooms and needle exchange. It's total throughout the country. There is over 200,000 people working on this issue in various degrees and various other disciplines. LEAP being one of them. They have the law enforcement side of it, which is a highly credible side because they come from law enforcement and they know the ins and outs and the bad things that's been done over the almost 4 decades of this drug war, and they've been proven to be very, very helpful in pushing this issue forward.
And I'd just like to say that anybody who wants to help out should start a NORML chapter. It's really easy to do. NORML.org, contact Erin Dame. She'll give you everything you need to start up a chapter wherever you need to. So, I mean, it's so easy and it's such a great way to get your community involved in the issue.
Now, Cliff, in last week's program we had talked a little bit about in 2005 in October over at Trinity College. You had helped organize a 2-day symposium on illicit drugs, and that really changed my life for the good. It made me conscious of things and how I could help plug myself in. One being I became a volunteer for Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, and since then, you know, I've had both of the Peter Christ and, you know, Jack Cole and other members on the program, and so we have taken a proactive stance since then, and we do have Cliff to thank for that. Now, are you going to be getting any symposiums like that together in the future, where people can come out and, you know, hear the truth?
Well, what I'm trying to create here is a legal, authoritative type atmosphere like the one at Trinity, where we have the authorities and the drug policy reformers come together and talk about the issue in earnest. And see, because the authorities cannot defend the failed policy. We know where we have to go, but they are reluctant to do so for a variety of reasons. One of those reasons, and this is the most important reasons, if you don't remember anything, remember this, because this is where it lies. Anytime you talk about legalizing drugs, you're only talking about one thing: the redistribution of income and wealth. We're talking about prison guards. We're talking about the prison system. We're talking about all of those people that work to put these people in jail. We're not going to need as many judges, not as many DAs.
Bail bondsmen.
Oh, not as many as that, because when you look at Connecticut, Connecticut has a prison population that's about 23,000 people. If you couple that with the people that are on probation, parole, and halfway houses, that number goes up to maybe 50,000. So this has become an industry. Look at the urine industry. 30 years ago, there was no such thing as a urine industry. Now it's a $9 million industry built up on the illegal drug problem. So the redistribution of income and wealth is all we're talking about when we talk about legalizing drugs, and this is what scares the authorities. This is what makes them build these fear campaigns around these drugs, which in many cases, or most cases, are inaccurate. And this is what we've got to stop, because we're destroying millions of people's lives in the process for just plain bullshit.
Thank you for telling it the way it is. Well, we got about 5 minutes left to this fine outstanding program, and it's time now to introduce Dr. Don DoMore and Hemp Products.
Well, I'm here with some more hemp products, and I'll have to say, before the show even began, I had people in the studio huddled around my table. That's how good these products are. They're awesome. They were munching on the hemp seeds and, you know, the cereal. We had the hemp cereal out, and they were munching on that. And this is just great food, great hemp products. This week, our feature hemp product is hemp oil. And this is really good because it's high in omega-3 fatty acids. And these are great. This is like brain food right here. You know, you've heard about, you know, maybe marijuana slows you down or something like this. But I think this is another side of the coin where this could actually be very good for your brain. Oh, that's good. And you know what? I'm not even catching a buzz up here. But this is some hemp oil high in omega-3 fatty acids, and this stuff is good. It's real good for you. So I suggest that you go out and try some of this hemp oil. The other product I have here is a hemp seed organic bar. So you might want to go out and try one of these hemp bars. And any one of the many products here that I've been featuring on this show, this hemp oil especially seems like a real good product. And just a tablespoon a day and you'll be off moving in the right way. And that's about it for my feature here, my feature hemp products. I hope you have an opportunity and have enjoyed the feature products here, and you go out and try these products. And I would just want you to know it feels good to be on this show, because when you know something is right and you're involved in a movement that is so right as this drug war coming to an end and an end to prohibition, that you know you got to stand up and stand up for what is exactly right. And these wonderful hemp products are a good way to focus on the positives to hemp.
Preach it, preach it. All right. I like it.
Dr. John DoMore, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's right. Well, let's see. I don't know what else to say, folks, except, you know, the war on drugs, as I encourage you to check out, you know, efficacy online. I mean, there's a myriad of reasons why the war on drugs should not exist. Now, you guys got any final parting words here on Stop Bitch Start Revolution?
Well, I would just like to point out the fact that since the appeal of the alcohol prohibition back in the 20s, you know, it's proven that prohibition doesn't work, that prohibition creates violent crime, it creates a black market. And we're at the same state as back then as we are today. You know, there is no difference. So until we start to really reevaluate and reform, things aren't going to get any better, folks. You hope for a better future, we got to reform. We can't just keep going down that same path.
And I'd just like to reiterate that all pot smokers, come out of the woodwork, because we need you. We really, really need you in this fight.
As Captain Joint says, if all your pot smokers come out of the closet, it'll be a great place for your grow room.
And the war would be over.
And the war would be over.
Yes, stand up for your rights.
I just want to take a minute, and I want to thank the fine crew here at Nutmeg Studios and all the fine people who have helped make this possible. Now, I'm just going to take a minute here, and we're going to play a fine song by Ben Scales as we wind down this program called Growing Marijuana in Your Yard.
Call this mine,
and I'm gonna go
coming out of the closet song. I'm not at all ashamed to say that I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Growing marijuana in my yard. I got little pots of pipe spread out all over the lot, 'cause I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Well, I got the seed from Mexico, stuck it in some dirt and let it grow. Put it in my garden with my peppers and my peas, and I get all the smoke I need for free. I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Growing marijuana in my yard. We keep it where no one can see, so let's keep this between you and me. But I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Yes, I'm growing marijuana in my yard. But I can't tell my boss or I'll get fired. I don't grow much, just what I use. I work all day, and when I'm through, I smoke some marijuana from my yard. Yeah. Now the policeman, he wants to talk to me. He says, how you gonna smoke up all that weed? He says, money's what you're in it for. Don't you know we're in a war? Now I'm gonna haul your ass downtown with me. I said, hey man, what is it to you? How do I infringe on what you do? Well, I beg your pardon if you're offended by my garden, but I just can't grow Prozac in my yard. So I grow my own medicine in my yard.